Welcome back to Luxury Car Reviews, where we explore cars that aren't just machines, but legends on wheels. Today, we're talking about one of the most emotional and historically important cars Ferrari ever created, the Ferrari Dino. This is a name that carries mystery, beauty, and a completely different philosophy compared to the front-engined V12 Ferraris of its time. The Dino wasn't about brute force or showing off, it was about balance, purity, and driving pleasure, and even decades later, it still feels incredibly special. From the outside, the Ferrari Dino is pure automotive art. Designed by Pininfarina, its shape is smooth, flowing, and perfectly proportioned. There are no sharp angles, no aggressive wings, and no unnecessary lines. Everything feels organic, as if the car was sculpted by wind rather than drawn with a ruler. The low nose, covered headlights on early models, and the wide, curvy fenders give the Dino a timeless look that hasn't aged a day. It's compact, low to the ground, and visually light, making it look more like a racing prototype than a traditional road car. One of the most striking things about the Dino's exterior is how subtle it is for a Ferrari. There's no prancing horse badge on the nose, which was a bold and controversial decision at the time. Instead, the Dino badge represents Enzo Ferrari's late son, Alfredo Dino Ferrari, after whom the car is named. The clean front end, delicate chrome bumpers, and elegant side profile make the Dino feel classy rather than flashy. At the rear, the round taillights, short overhangs, and wide stance give it just enough muscle to remind you that this is still a Ferrari at heart. Under that beautifully curved body lies the real magic. The Ferrari Dino was revolutionary because it used a mid-engine layout, something Ferrari had previously reserved mostly for race cars. The most famous version, the Dino 246 GT, is powered by a 2.4-liter V6 engine mounted behind the driver. This engine produces around 195 horsepower, which might not sound impressive by modern standards, but performance isn't just about numbers here, it's about feel. The Dino weighs very little, and the balance created by the mid-engine layout makes it incredibly responsive. Acceleration is smooth and linear, and the sound of that naturally aspirated V6 is pure music. It doesn't scream like a V12, but instead delivers a rich, mechanical howl that gets better the higher you rev it. The manual gearbox, with its iconic open metal gate, offers one of the most satisfying shifting experiences ever created. Every gear change feels precise and mechanical, reminding you that this car was built in an era when driving was fully analog. On the road, the Ferrari Dino feels alive. The steering is unassisted, which means every movement of the wheel sends detailed feedback straight to your hands. You can feel the road surface, the grip of the tires, and the balance of the chassis at all times. The suspension is firm but not uncomfortable, and the car feels planted and confident through corners. It's not intimidating. Instead, it invites you to push a little harder, to enjoy every curve, and to connect with the machine in a way modern cars often can't replicate. Inside, the Dino's interior is simple, driver-focused, and full of vintage charm. The cabin is compact, but everything feels purposeful. You sit low in the car, almost like you're wearing it rather than sitting in it. The thin steering wheel, classic analog gauges, and simple switchgear reflect the era it comes from. There's leather everywhere, often in warm tan or black, giving the interior a cozy and elegant feel. Don't expect modern luxury features here. There's no touchscreen, no digital displays, and no advanced driver aids. Instead, you get a pure driving environment where the focus is entirely on the road ahead. The visibility is excellent for a sports car, and the layout makes it easy to feel in control at all times. It's an interior that may feel basic to some, but to enthusiasts, it's exactly what a true sports car should be. Now let's talk about pricing, because this is where the Ferrari Dino truly shows its status as a collector's dream. When it was first released in the late 1960s and early 1970s, the Dino was considered an entry-level Ferrari, designed to attract younger buyers. Today, That idea feels almost unbelievable. Prices for well-maintained Ferrari Dino models have skyrocketed over the years. Depending on the condition, originality, and specific version, a Ferrari Dino can cost anywhere from several $100,000 to well over $1 million in today's market. The reason for this high value isn't just the Ferrari name. It's the car's history, its design, and the driving experience it offers. The Dino represents a turning point for Ferrari, introducing the mid-engine layout that would later define many of the brand's greatest models. It's also a car that was built in limited numbers, making it rare and highly desirable among collectors. In the end, the Ferrari Dino is more than just a classic sports car. It's a symbol of passion, innovation, and emotional design. It proves that you don't need massive power figures to create a thrilling driving experience. What you need is balance, character, and a soul, and the Dino has all of that in abundance. Even today, it stands as one of the most beautiful and rewarding Ferraris ever made. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of Ferrari's most iconic creations, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned to Luxury Car Reviews for more legendary cars that define true automotive excellence.